We're out in the rain looking at golems here. Oh, he hops. How cute. I hope you could see that. And here we have the golem face off. There's just something really scary about those big boys. Hi, golems. Oh, I need to move? It's not like one of you could move. Come on, hit him. Rock 'em, sock 'em, robots. You'll notice the distinctive villager nose. Well, I've never seen him get into a standoff. Theoretically, you get them at 16 villagers. They'll build an... Oh, that almost looked like you'd hit him, but I'm sure it's just the animation. Come on, hit him, hit him. He's in your way. Shove his head through the wall. Show brotherly love. That's just hilarious. I don't know how long they're going to be there. That may be it for the village protectors. One day they met face to face, and they never moved again. Over here we had a lightning strike and some fire. It finally went out. I was going to show it to you. I had a bit of film with no sound on it, and this may be a bit of film with no sound. It broke the clinch and I wasn't there. Maybe it was me standing there that was messing them up. Golems in the rain. But anyway, you get one at 16. They build one. They built this one. I didn't build him. But you get one at 16 villagers. And theoretically, your second golem comes when you have 32 villagers. But I don't have 32 villagers. And they built the second one also. So I think they built him at 17. They need a space too wide to walk through. I figure 3 is better. They supposedly have to fight when they're on level ground, I believe. So if you accidentally hit one of them or a villager and you want to keep the golem, run. Just run, get out of their sight. And when you come back, they'll have forgotten about it. And I know that from experience because I actually, every now and then, it's hard never to whack a villager. They come watch you when you're farming. They just, if you're digging, no matter what you're doing, there'll be a villager come to watch you, and the silly bugger will get hit. And then the golem will come for you. However, if you like a little entertainment. If I were afraid, if I had more than one village and didn't want to, and wasn't concerned about screwing up my animosity level for the village, I'd go at villages. Either they've had the whole village have one animosity level, and I've seen stuff about either doing now or going to where each individual villager has a level. I don't know how the golem knows when enough of them are pissed off that you're persona non grata, but anyway. But I'd rather not do that, so I'd rather not show you a golem chasing me. Alright, what we're doing here is we're going to do some trading. Evidently, in the time that I haven't checked in on my villagers, I've got some extra ones I didn't used to have. There used to be 2 guys that are 2, let's call them villagers to get away from that whole guy thing's breeding. There used to be 2 in here, and I think there's 4 or 5 now. A lot of the villagers just run around and do their own thing. Some of the villagers are locked up. I had a problem when I first did this world. It's rotten underneath with caves. This is Vinland, and a bunch of them buggered off into the caves and evidently died in lava. And I didn't know they could respawn or anything. So anyway, it got grim. I got down to none, 0 villagers. I finally spent a couple of hours digging 2 of them out of a cave. It took me forever to figure out how to breed them. I looked at a bunch of different videos, and most of them turned out to be, well, on creative, you go get an egg, and, well, if you build this building with 50 doors on top of it, But anyway, long story short, I finally have villagers again now. Uh, my smith and my priest, I've got more than 17 villagers. My smith and my priest are kind of locked up. I'm going to turn the sound down because they open and close doors constantly, and I've got the kitty herd with me. Alright, this is my best smith. They'll give you one option at the first, and if you buy it, that's not a great deal. It's not a bad deal if you've got a lot of emeralds. But anyway, if you buy it, they get little pink squiggles around them because they're happy because you bought, normally. Not always. Alright, if you buy their first option, they may or may not go to a second option. If their first option is you selling them something, it may take a while. Alright, so our first option, and this wasn't the very first option, I have no idea what it was. I've been doing this for quite a while. Alright, so 5 emeralds for steel boots, iron boots. Alright, to me 7 emeralds for diamond boots is a good deal because I still have to dig diamonds and I've got 4 stacks of emeralds. So I buy my boots here, I don't make them anymore. Alright, 10 emeralds for an iron chest plate, not so much. 4 for an iron hoe, not at all. But if you come up with this option, if you don't buy this, he won't kick to a new option, which has been my experience. It is not impossible that over time they do that anyway. If somebody knows one way or the other, they might, chime in, and I'm sure they will. But as far as I know, you've got to buy it, and they may or may not kick to the next one. So that's a rotten deal, but it gives you the next option, and that's true on all the things they do. Alright, 13 emeralds for diamond pants. I think that's a hell of a deal. Because what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 diamonds for 13 emeralds. I'll take that. Alright, this is his current is this his current? Yeah, this is his current option. He'll give me 1 emerald for 4 diamonds, which is about the crappiest deal I've seen. But, and I've been hanging fire on this because I didn't have a lot of diamonds at one time. I don't have a ton of them now, but let's see what happens if we go ahead and do this. Alright, like I said, it's a rotten deal, but it is what it is. Alright, you take the emerald. He should get little pink squiggles around him. And yeah, there we go. So he's happy. Now, the key is, did he kick to a new option? And he did. Alright, he'll buy my coal. I give him 17 pieces of coal for an emerald. Now, if you haven't been doing this very long and you don't have a lot of coal, that may not sound like a good deal. If you got coal falling out of your chest, though, it's not bad. And what's behind this option? There might be a diamond breastplate or a diamond helmet at some point. So, in fact, I'd bet there is. But this is my best smith, and he's locked up for obvious reasons. Okay, we have a librarian. The white jacket is a librarian. His first option was 11 emeralds for a clock, and that is just horrible. It really is. It's just terrible. Okay, but you do that, you get 12 books for an emerald. If you sell him 12 books, he'll give you 1 emerald. Now that's terrible. Okay. Then 1 emerald, if you give him, buys 5 glass. Well, again, nah, we're not in the ballpark here. I should put that up there. Alright, 3 emeralds for a bookcase. It depends. If you're having trouble with cows, yada yada, you're making your magic chest, or making your enchantment table, maybe that's worthwhile to you. But remember, each one of these, if you do it, you move to another option. Okay, 10 for a compass. Boy, that's a crap option. Here is where you get into the gold. Now, these options are in no particular order. This could have been his first option. If you give him 26 paper, then he'll give you an emerald. Now, 26 isn't the best deal I've got. I've got somebody that I can sell 21 paper to for an emerald. And then theoretically past that we'll get a new option, but I really want to sell as much as I can to that other guy. Okay, this is probably a farmer. He'll buy wool from us, and I've got stacks of it to sell him. That's another no, what? Oh, I hit the smith again. This is, like I said, there were like 2 guys in here, and now there's 4. White, another librarian, again with the clock option, which is a crappy option, and see, I haven't taken him up on it. If I run out of paper sellers, I probably will. I've got like 4 stacks of emeralds now. Okay, that's another smith. He might, alright, he'll give you chain leggings. They're actually not even as good as iron. However, it's the only way you can get them in survival mode right now. So, you know, just for the coolness thing, I bought some. Again, not a good option. But, I don't know. That, if you got a lot of emeralds, it is, you know, a 3-to-1 basically, emeralds to diamonds. You know, if you don't feel like digging them, hell. Alright, and he's gone, I've brought him all the way up to the coal for emeralds deal. And I've probably sold him some. Now, they're not going to let us out the door. Ha ha. What I'm going to do is just go out through the wall. Alright, as you can see, the kitty herd is with us. These guys have a back porch. And you don't have to do this. It was just something to do. And now that there's so many of them, it's if the smith is standing out here, it's another way to find him. So 17 coal for 1 diamond's a good deal there. Alright, one of these is my librarian that I want. Are you it? No, again the clock option. And the first time I saw that, I about choked. It was like, yeah, that's like everybody. You'll see a lot of stuff in forums that trading is just BS. And, you know, if I can buy diamond armor, I'm not unhappy. Alright, books for emeralds. This is a written book, and I don't have the space to do it right now. Or maybe I do. Well, I don't have it. Pardon me a minute. I'm not sure if I've got a crafting table over here, but we'll get back to this. I didn't do all his options. Oh, that's it. Okay. Written books are one of the best deals, I think. Okay, bookshelf, glass, books. Okay, here's my paper. The other guy was giving us 1 emerald for 26. This guy wants to give us 1 for every 19. Now, at some point, he will stop buying paper. If you're locked onto him like this, you can manage to force feed him more paper than if you go away and come back. That's one reason we have this just insane amount of paper available. And if something comes along, you can push him away and interrupt this whole process. You see how the emeralds are just clicking over here, though? Because I've seen people have a lot of luck mining them, and I'm not sure you can mine them this fast. Yep, see, they broke the thing there. And it's gone now. That's why I was trying to do as many as possible before that happened. Also, it's coming on night, and they're going to want to go in their little houses. Okay. I don't have a crafting table over here. Torn. Yeah, let's just put up the rest of the paper for now. I might get a better deal than 26. And I'll just look for that some other time. We don't have to do that while I'm on the camera. All the paper was over in here. You can see at the top of this, there's like a ton of wool. There's another chest over there with another ton of wool in it. But what I've found is you need to work your way through the options as you're available. And utilize, that's a written book. And that's my niece's name. I was showing it to her just because it's kind of cool. She's never seen this game before. Alright, do I have everything I need for written books? Yes, I do. Let's see how many we wind up with there. What a written book is, I don't think we need a lot of light for this. Take a book, you take ink, you take a quill, as in a writing instrument. So you have writing instrument, ink, book. Alright, this is a book you can write in. And they don't stack. That's one problem about doing this. It's the only thing I don't like about this deal. And I'm not going to show you this whole process. What we'll do is we'll take a break while I turn all these into written books and maybe make some more books. I don't know. I've never actually counted how many squares. You know, either my inventory is full or it's not full. But anyway, you get the process. I'll get back and do some more of these. We'll fill the whole inventory and then we'll go sell some. I'll make it, I've got a bed up here. We'll make it daytime before we do that. The written book, you right click on it. If you're just, what you can do is make notes to yourself, like the coordinates of your spawn point, the coordinates of where you find things, anything you want to make notes of. Of course, you can make them outside of the game. I make, because I forget things, I make checklists of things I'm going to do. But for a written book, if you're just going to sell them, you can do that. A, sign. Now you enter a book title here. A. Okay, when you sign the book, it will no longer be editable. In other words, it is not edible now. Anyway, other words, you can't write in it anymore. So we've made the book. You'll notice that my game's in the kid's name. Anyway, we wrote one letter in it. We wrote one letter for the title. All right, we sign and close, and we have a written book. And that's what he wanted to give us an emerald for. So he'll give us one emerald for every one of these we produce. It takes one book, one ink sac, and one feather. And you know, early on that's not going to work for you, but later on, once you're herding animals, it's not a big deal. I'm going to take a break here and churn out some written books, and I'll get back to you. We're inside one of the houses, and what I was doing was finishing up on all those books to turn into written books. And I thought, you know, what the hell, show you a little bit of that process. Again, the game sound is turned down. It's nighttime, so they're not going to be bad about it. But the villagers tend to just constantly go in and out of doors, and it's clickety 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 click. So but all you need is one letter of anything. You right click, one letter of anything, you go to sign, one letter of anything for your title, and you have a written book. And we'll go sell those in a few minutes here. I've got a bed in here, and we'll go to a daytime if it isn't daytime by then. So we have here with this white coat or white whatever smock is a librarian. I've got at least 4 of these. Alright, we want to go to his next option. Has, of course, several options. Well, this one only has 2 so far. Okay. Written book, 1 emerald. Written book, 1 emerald. Written book, 1 emerald. This is why I don't like to sell 12 books for an emerald when 1 book is worth an emerald. So you're pretty much going away 11 emeralds when you. However, if that's his next option, in order to move him across his merchandise bar, you know, that's what I'm suggesting here. It's generally worth moving them once you've got the farms and the ranches and all that, and start getting the emeralds from them. It's worth moving that merchandise bar. Early on, it's, you know, obviously you're not going to be able to make all these books. For me, the feathers pretty much just come from the chicken ranch, and I've got more than I can possibly use at this point. The same thing with the leather. The paper, I'm selling paper because so far it's the best deal. You've seen that, and to me, paper is just like a gold mine or an emerald mine if you want to look at it that way. And so what you have to be aware of is when you see like four squiddies swimming around in one deep water, you want to go ahead and make sure you stay aware that ink is a valuable substance, and since you're dyeing your sheep, you really don't need the ink for anything that I can think of. So, and I keep some written books because it's kind of neat to have my notes in the game. But this to me is one of the other really good deals, although like I said, paper is far and away the best. Some people like the wheat deal, so. Well, let's do some wool.